Sadhguru Kripa Kevalam. Namaste, namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang this evening. Sadhguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai. The mind is a one-trick wonder. It is one trick. It seems so tricky. We say, no, this mind is so tricky. Actually, it has only one trick up its sleeve. To convince this unlimited being that it is limited. Most of you know this story that one time we were in Delhi. All of us, Guruji was there, some other friends were there. And it was the April Fool's Day, 1st of April. So what happened is that we were walking and somebody saw, I don't know, 50 rupees or 100 rupees note was lying on the floor. And one of us bent down to get it. And the minute he bent down, the note started moving away. It started moving away. And for a second, like, what happened here? How could it? And then we saw some people were sitting up on the wall and they had tied a string to this note. I just pulled it off and said, "Fool you." Whatever we do on April Fool's. So the trick is only one. But it seems like most of our life has been this April Fool's Day so far. Because nobody has ever found this limited one. Nobody has found this ego. Even the spiritual seekers trying to get rid of the ego have not been able to produce the ego that they want to get rid of. It just isn't there. What is there is your presence, your being. You just are. Who is the one that says but? Is that your natural, authentic voice? Why do you need a voice to communicate with yourself anyway? Authentic voice is this one. So I say that you are the unlimited one. End of satsang, or is there a but? So everything in satsang is just in response to this but. But then this is all very right. And if this is over the past couple of days we clarified what we really wanted, and we saw that this is what we really want. So if God is what you really want, if the self is what you really want, if the Sadguru is what you really want, then you don't have to take a step. You see, this voice will come and whisper in your ear. Run, run. It's right there. Go there. Go here. Go there. This is when you find it. You're almost there. Almost there. Just this one. Just jump. This kind of thing. Just jump. Take the final jump. Don't miss it. You're still projecting an idea of future. Still projecting an idea of incompletion. Still giving you this notion that I am the incomplete, limited one. But I have hope. But even hope is not for you. You are the source of hope. You are that from which everything comes. And you are here now. So then you might have a but which says, but why does it seem so difficult? Why does it seem so difficult? And that is just the power of habit. The habit to feel like I'm not complete and I need that, what the mind is offering, to make myself complete, has been taught to us, maybe lifetime over lifetime, but definitely in this lifetime itself. It's been taught to us over and over by most voices that we have met. It's actually that same voice, but in most forms, we have met this voice saying, yeah, all you need is a good relationship. Then you'll be complete. All you need to do is have lots of money, and then you'll be done. All you need to do is make sure that your body is healthy, then everything will take care of itself. And then, by the way, when you saw that none of this has any sense of stability, then you say, no, this, now you are ready for the final thing. If you get that, then you are really done. What is that? It's freedom, liberation, enlightenment. So we go from place to place looking for this final moksha. Actually, all that has to be done to get this moksha is to see what you already are now. Show me the one that wants freedom. Produce that one. Produce it. Produce just any aspect of it, like 5 molecules of it. It is just not there. So just like a play, where you rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed so much that you started to believe that you are this fictional character. This is that play. But me. Once Claire told me something very beautiful. She said, I said, what is it? When we come to the recognition of I, see that I, this I, which is beyond time and space, beyond all limitation. So what is the but that gets to you? When they say but this, but that. She said, I, but I. You know? That was very beautiful. So what she meant is I, but me. I see that I am that. I am that. This. But how does that help me? And I can't tell you how many times this one has happened to me where I've said, so beautifully in Satsang we've come to this recognition that you see that you are this unchanging awareness. You see? And next day or next week when you come, and you say, but you know, Ananta, this happened and then this happened. I'm like this now and I feel like this. And I say, but you found that, oh yeah, nothing happened to that awareness. But like, can we talk about me today? You see the dichotomy. We found that I am that. And there is no other me. All appearances are just aspects of that, which are moving on their own. We found that there is no me. And yet this habit of, yes, I saw that, but now what about me? Like the cat saw that there is no cat. Now what about the cat? How to solve this problem? It's unsolvable, isn't it? It is a mind trick. So, as a cat, as the pretend cat, I came looking for freedom so that I could have an unlimited bowl of milk. Now you find that you are not a cat at all. But something in you still says, the same guy, the same voice still says, but there is my unlimited bowl. Is there any benefit to considering yourself limited? It's a consideration. First, do we agree that it's a consideration or not? That's the first thing. Like naturally, in this moment, the idea of our limitation has not survived. First, can we see that? If it is not clear, so take a moment and just see that for yourself. I have not entered into this moment as a somebody. I'm here now as presence itself. Now, as this presence, is there any advantage of picking up the idea of limitation? Now, again, when you're crossing the street, you will see that 100 rupee note. You just bend down, you'll get something worthwhile. You'll get something worthwhile. Now, what is worthwhile for this presence to have? What gift can the world give to God? What can you give from here, from this objective world? What will you give that God will enjoy forever? Something here that lasts forever? Is this presence that you found, is it an object? Nobody else is here. I'm just randomly going to look at some question. It says, there is no me feels more like an inference. Actually, the me is an inference. Yes, this, if you notice just this minor point in the whole of Satsang today, it is enough. Naturally, what is not a me. To say that it is a me, you need a notion, an inference. In fact, It's worth like 10 days of satsang. If you just see this point, that naturally what is pure presence and the witnessing of all of these appearances, which is just naturally present. There is no differentiation, no distinction, no me and you, no separation here. Is it? But the mind will come and say, but I still see this body. Is it? And this notion, this inference, makes you believe that, oh, therefore there must be a me. So don't accept it as this circumstantial evidence. Where is the me who is the owner of this body, who wants freedom, who wants this kind of life and that kind of life? Where is this me? You see? Now, if you could even spot it, yeah, and then you would have to say, okay, this one is not me. And that is different. But it's clear to you, even that this body doesn't want freedom. It doesn't have the notion of freedom at all. So this notional one that wants freedom, that wants anything at all, the presumed sufferer, that is not harm. So it is just an inference. The I am naturally is, but for I am something needs an inference, needs a notion. It's really as simple as that. The motionless existence is empty of any sense of separation. That's why Bankai said all problems are perfectly resolved in the unborn. Because you don't give birth to this mind, you don't give importance, value, meaning to what it is saying. You are. You just are. This amness, this being, is just here. The mind will come and say that because all these objects are here, that's why this being is here. The body is here, that's why the being is here. But look at the true position. Even the light of the sun is not there unless you are. The great sky with billions of planets is not there unless you are. Even time and space are not present unless you are. This I am is naturally here. This I am is naturally here. Who has produced it? Did you make your existence? What raw material did you use? It is the Immaculate Conception. Everything else is made up of this, but it itself is made up of just the self, which is empty of all phenomena. The being, that light, the light of which everything appears. When this light goes to rest within yourself, everything disappears. And it can come back. And yet, the appearance might be of a completely different world, a different universe. You might call it a dream later. But in that appearance also, there is a sun and a moon, and stars and the sky, unlimited space. Where is all of this? So you don't have to believe anything I'm saying. That's the best part of Satsang. You're not creating a new belief system. You're just checking on what is and remaining with our direct insight about it, without any conception, without any influence. So it is after seeing this, after bringing you to this point, that the sages would say, okay, now keep quiet. Why keep quiet now? Because after this, it's only going to be about and, if, when, where, how. All this doubt is going to start coming. So for me, silence is not so much keep quiet with words. For me, true silence is the absence of egoic belief. See that you are God and rest in that. Sometimes I want to kiss the feet of those who invented language. Because they would say something like, oh, be with God. A simple thing, yeah? Be with God. But as you just be with God, as you just be, you are with God. You are being as God actually. Just be without condition, without judgment, without interpretation. Is game over. Nothing needs to be added to this. Nothing here needs to be dropped. Nothing has to be picked up. Sometimes a chocolate donut will come on the conveyor belt of your mind. And you'll pick it up. Some belief will go. But the good news is that in the next moment you are calorie free. And what more can you want? That even all the calories that you consumed a moment ago, you are now calorie free. What more beautiful gift can there be? You might consider yourself the greatest sinner in the world, the most guilty one. Or you might consider yourself the most special and the most worthy one. Doesn't make a difference. Now, 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 God is here as I am. And for a while it will play like this. Clarity. Okay? Chocolate donut. Shanti, shanti. That's just the habit. Just the habit. You got so used to it. So for a bit, this oscillation can happen. And don't be too hard on yourself as this goes on, because I often said, they just like a normal thought is like the salad, the starter. But if you pick up thoughts of guilt and unworthiness, that is the dessert. You pick up an idea, naturally, everybody does. Even sages pick up an idea or two once in a while. It's not a big deal. The sage is not beating himself up saying, picked up that idea, I'm so unworthy, and it has come and it is gone. See? So now, this is a true democracy. Whether you are a sage or a sinner in the last moment, it doesn't matter. In this moment, you are all as free, as one man. In this very moment, you're as free as Bhagwan was. The most enlightened being is here now. Is it? Are you more concerned about the certificate or the being now? That's the only question, isn't it? The being is here, but the one that wants a certificate is the one saying, is the non-existent one. Is it? The most enlightened being. And I get it in writing from him. This kind. Or this can't be true. Or, I'm not there yet, really. We have to give it some more time, a few more satsang. Again, just the notional one. The made up one. Right? Sometimes you have this expression of, no, can't be true for me. So it is true for you. Just check with what you see, really see about yourself. Not what the mind is saying about you. Not what the mind is saying about you, but what you really see about yourself. Your presence is here. No? Can you stop being? Stop being. This being is what? Is it something personal? Is it a personal being? Is it an individual that has needs and desires? This being, does it want freedom? It has no concept of it, either bondage or freedom. You just are. It is just amming away. You know? It is just amming, I am, I am, I am. It's not doing that like that. You know what I mean? God is, God is. I am. Now, which version of yourself are you going to pick up now? Which version? Which mask? Seeker, finder, confused, almost there. What is the benefit of that mask? I'm saying you are all there is. You're saying that there is a benefit to taking a particular position. How would that make sense? You're all there is. And if you go to check, you'll see that this is so simply true, but not in the way that my mind imagined it to be. See? Because the mind can give you various expectations, like you start feeling like my body contains this entire universe. See? The universe itself is your body already naturally, but the mind creates this expectation because you've attached this notion of me so much to this body that you feel like only when I can feel like my body contains all things, this body contains all things, then I will say that I'm free. But that's not what I'm saying. That's again trying to fill the ocean into the coconut. You're finding that you're all there is. Or you show me where your being stops. Does your attention move outside of you? I know that these kind of contemplations don't appeal to everyone, but to the few to whom they might appeal. I can ask you a simple question like this. Does your attention move outside of you? Then you will see that it only moves within my being. All these objects that I consider to be outside me was only because I was making a notional boundary to me, saying it is this body. Catch up with the comments. Love you too, my dear. The me is a thought. Then everything other is a thought energetic. Then everything other than I is a moment of energy. Is a movement. Is that what you mean? Movement? Millen says it feels like the limited I is seeing that there is just presence. Yes, but it feels like, you see, so don't go with this kind of just feeling level or thought level, circumstantial evidence. Have you seen a limitation to this I? So don't just presume it is limited. Show me the limitation. What is the boundary of this I? Father, I leave my fears of insecurity at your feet. When you are speaking, I suddenly notice that letting go is happening on its own. And I am just here, aware. Yet, there is resistance to saying this. It doesn't feel true. For a bit, it can feel like when we speak the truth, it can feel like that's a bit uncomfortable because the mind will come and say, but that's too arrogant. Are you claiming too fast? You see. But as you get used to speaking from your true insight, you start to trust this insight more and more and more. Then you will find that there is nothing arrogant about saying, I am all there is. You see, there is zero arrogance in that. I know many of you struggle with this. If I were to say, I am all there is, that is too arrogant. No, I tell you, the bigger arrogance is to say that there is a God and there is a me. Therefore, I must be great and I was able to separate myself from God. The notion of separation is the greatest arrogance. To say that there is only one, and I am all there is, the statement of simplicity, simple insight. It seems that the ego is like a self-hypnosis designed by the self to hypnotize itself, to play this video game called Maya. Dear Ananta, when I look, I can't find any I or amness in the self, this being. So let's look at this very slowly. When I look, I can't find any me, I or amness in the self, this being. So then, how you got to know of this? Is it? What has happened is we got so used to calling something limited objective as I that we find ourselves, our being. We don't find anything objective there. We feel like I'm not there. But you are. That's how you can report this. Is it? So the I that can or cannot find is which one? It's not the person. There is no person there. There is just being. And yet this is your true report, you see. Is it? So this I, which is aware even of being, which is aware of the self, aware of itself. As it is aware of the self, is it aware of something outside of itself? You say, when I look, I can't find any I, only this self. So the I that finds this, is it separate from that which is aware? That's why I gave this question, which might be helpful now, to ask you, who is aware even of this awareness? It is undeniable that it is I, because it is not a second-hand report that you are sharing. The one in the neighboring box on Zoom did not tell you that this is how it is. It is your direct insight. Isn't it? It is not that Gopala told you. See, Claire, there's no I in that. It is just the self. It is your own direct insight, but it is not the I that we've always considered ourselves to be. And that is why it can seem a bit confusing. This I is empty of qualities, whereas we've always attached a qualitative I. So this, what Guruji says, the chameleon I, has gone from this identifying with something limited, with the body, with the mind, with emotions, with belief systems, with sensations, to now seeing that there is a witness to all of this, that is just aware of even this existence. And even this existence is not separate from that which is aware. I am that. I have never been this, which is just an appearance. So there is no I, there is no me in that. But all of it is you, it is I. Otherwise, how would you know this? You were there to have that insight. It's like you were there when you slept. And you can say, but there was nothing in my sleep. I was not there. You might say like this about sleep also. But I was not there in my sleep. Then who saw that? Even to say I was not there is actually saying that I am aware that I was not there. That awareness must have been that which is aware of your existence. Is not clear, but it is you. You will not find a Claire there. But even to find or not find, you have to be. If you read your own report, you will see that this is so simple. When I look, I can't find. So the one who can't find is there because you can't find. This I that can't find is which one? The I that can't find an I is which one? So this is the one empty of qualities, empty of attributes. And that's why the mind can struggle with calling this I, because it is called something which is so qualitative, I for so long. So this I, as you start to recognize this I, then all other I fails in comparison to this. Then, do desires or fear come to you also? What happens after that? So let's look at it very slowly, so it becomes clear. The thought that I want this can still appear. So the thoughts can still appear, but nothing becomes a desire or an aversion unless it is given belief. So I would say that observing the life of this one, I can tell you that how it used to be, if it used to be like 20-30% of all the thoughts that were coming were being given some identification, some belief saying, yes, yes, I want this. Like that. Now that number has become very, very small. So when somebody would ask me earlier, I would jokingly say, they would say, you say don't believe your next thought. So is it true for you that you don't believe every next thought that comes? So I would say there is never 100%. There is never 100%. But I can tell you that, but I jokingly say 99.987% or something. But you'll find that more and more of this becomes so natural. Not that there's something special about this. I'm just saying that now it feels like too much work. If you were to tell me that you have to believe the next 100 thoughts, and I'll give you whatever you want as a gift, and say, no, that sounds like too much work. What's the gift? Okay, I give you $1 million. No, it still sounds like too much work. 100 thoughts? Well, but I'm saying that, but I also want you to be aware of the opposite of that. Because there can also be this like complete aversion, like a complete. So one came to me in Satsang, she was in Satsang with me for a few months, and she said to me that I'm just struggling with one thing. I'm just struggling with one thing and it's causing me so much suffering. I haven't slept all night, and this kind of thing. So I said, what are you suffering with? She said, there's one thought that I just have to believe. There is one thought that I just have to believe. So I said, okay, believe it. And she was shocked. What do you mean believe it? Didn't you make this precondition to freedom that if you don't believe it? You see what I'm saying? So it can become obsessive. The thought itself about not believing the next thought can itself become the thought which becomes holding up some sort of, you see, holding up some sort of resistance to what is. So I said, believe it. And for a minute, her mind was out of moves. You see? And then you know what she said? Ananta, can I have 3? So it's not an obsession. It's not a position. It is just a natural effortlessness. Once you start to see that more energy is expended in trying to believe your thought, then you start to see that that is work. Really? I know that mostly right now we believe that to give up thoughts is work. It can feel like that. And that is why Bhagwan also said that as long as it feels like effort, make that effort. You see? It can feel like that. He also gives this beautiful metaphor. He said that it can feel like to put the heavy bag down from my head is effort. You see? But actually it is the carrying it constantly that is effort. That is why I try to simplify it for you by asking you, does effort go, does energy go in when you believe your thoughts, or is energy expended when you are resting effortlessly? And you find very simply that energy, effort is required for me to pick up. To sit comfortably is not effort. It is just habit to pick up. And we are tired of this constantly grasping, even in spirituality. When will I get this? Now I get this. Now I don't get this. How we are one, I don't get this. And when he said the universe comes from you, I just don't get that at all. I don't know what is happening. You see? So better, whatever is causing you this kind of trouble, just forget about it. Just forget it and see what is here in your effortless presence. Beloved Father, it is true that what I am finding is my own self. As I get in that, I am not. Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. Own self. I is another name for your own self also. And I has been another name for this made up one also. So this I which is not, is it? Never was anyway. You're coming to the recognition of that which always has been. Beloved Father, since only that is also another name for I. the real I. Could it be, it seems to be here, that a movement towards something is happening, or just movement is happening, and then it is made into an action with purpose, through interpretation, yes. And then poof, it's a desire. Yes. If all movement is just allowed to flow without interpretation, then there could be four, then maybe there could be the four problems, etc., without any suffering. So what she's saying is that the movement of life would still continue, and the play of relationships or not relationships, the play of money or not money, the play of healthy body or not healthy body, will still continue. You see? But without interpretation, there is no sufferer, there is no distinction. You see? That's why Papaji said, very simple. I love when these sages use some very simple examples. So they said, to be happy, you need nothing. Papaji said, to be happy, you need nothing. But to be unhappy, you definitely need something. And this something is the voice of the mind, is the motion, is an interpretation. It's such a magical statement, isn't it? Sometimes because it doesn't contain fancy words, you can feel like, oh, that's not so cool. But it's so straightforward. To be happy is just natural. You don't need anything at all. To be unhappy, you need an idea. You need something. I was telling another friend yesterday that, reminding them that we can either say that we have a guru or we can say that we have a problem. Because guru means guru kripa kevalam, means all is guru's grace. This is not some airy-fairy thing, make feel good, make believe kind of. It comes from a place of true insight that there is only one, and that one I call the Sadguru. And all is happening in his life. Therefore, it is his grace. You see? So when the sages said Guru Kripa Kevalam, they meant it from that perspective. But then if everything is Master's grace, then what can be a problem? I like what Govind said the other day. He said, you cannot truly say Guru Kripa Kevalam with sincerity and be unhappy at the same time or have a problem at the same time. What did he say? Problem and have a problem at the same time. Yes, is suffering and fear also Guru's grace. There is only Guru's grace. So the delusion is also the play or the grace of consciousness. The stepping back from delusion is also the play, grace of consciousness. It is willingly bought tickets to this movie. Nobody has forced God to play this Leela. Willingly bought tickets to this movie, willingly got attached to the character, and now willingly stepping back and coming to its reality. So this willingly, this will of consciousness, this will of God is also called grace. We can say at some level it is the design of this play. That when it becomes too much, this burden of individuality, this burden of ego becomes too much, then something starts to withdraw from this lila, from this play, and say, enough. I want to go back home to my reality. The child went willingly into the playground and got tired of the play, and it can feel like it got so tired that it doesn't forgot its way back home. But even the mother coming to rescue the child is the same one actually. I don't know. I'm making any sense with what I'm saying. I was saying the other day that we are finding that which is beyond all opposites. And yet, all this play of opposites also arises from within you, from within the self. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. With Guru Sri Muji Baba ki Jai. Guru Kripa Kevalam. Shan's also saying bye. Come, Ishu. You say bye to everyone? Come, give me that. He's playing.